First question, I guess, for President Harris and Driscoll. A couple of weeks ago here in this room, we had a hearing on the climate action scoping plan. And one of the analysis that came up and testimony came out that there's a $272 billion price estimate on the cost to fully implement that. Do you agree with that figure? Does that figure seem reasonable or accurate to you?
So certainly, as I had indicated earlier in an answer, we did assess costs and benefits as part of our integration analysis that led to the publication of the scoping plan. And really, on balance, that's where we have concluded that there are far more benefits than there are costs in executing on this program. The headline for the sort of net benefits is over $100 billion in benefits. And so those benefits reside in the categories of health benefits. I want to mention $150 billion in health benefits that we can recognize as a state, as well as not even counting the hundreds of thousands of jobs that we will see forward. So we see this as an investment, but an investment that is very much worth it.
All right, but you do agree with the price tag?
I will check. I have the other number right here. I'll double check that one.
All right, I'll move on because I've got 5 minutes. Last year we closed Indian Point. It was also reported last year the summer capacity downstate was 92% fossil fuels compared to 30% in upstate. DEC adopted a rule that more stringently limits nitrogen oxides. As a result, a couple of peak power plants were not allowed to renew their permits and move forward, and that's going to take a gigawatt of power off the grid. My concern, Commissioner Sagos, is are we following the footsteps of Germany? Their goal for 2030 is 600 terawatts, and they're only at 250 terawatts now. So do you think, where's this capacity going to come from as we're closing down other options to us? I know that we've got a hydro line that's going to be coming our way, but are we making a mistake in limiting our options where this capacity for energy is coming from?
Senator, with your indulgence, I might defer to my energy colleague.
Fair enough.
Yes, certainly, and I can confirm the cost range from the integration analysis as $270 to $295 billion. So I just want to make sure that I put that in the record as well.
Fair enough.
With respect to New York City, certainly this is one of the greatest challenges we have in decarbonizing our grid. We are fully aware as to both the challenge and I would say the opportunity that it creates for us to really create those health benefits that I just described. In fact, when one looks at the projects that we are advancing, offshore wind, solar, 2 major transmission projects, the Clean Path New York project and the Champlain Hudson Power Express project, altogether, we're talking about 80% reduction in the greenhouse gas emissions serving New York City when those projects are constructed. So we know this is one of our biggest needs and one that we've set out to achieve.
All right, and again, I'm looking at our grid and our power system holistically. So, I question our ultimate capacity to meet demand. But assuming that we get through all the land acquisition, eminent domain, design, supply chain, construction, eventually we're going to build out a distribution system and work our way all the way down to urban areas like New York City. So I'm thinking about electric vehicle charging stations in densely populated areas. So in New York City, eventually all cars are going to be electric powered. I'm wondering what our plan for the electric vehicle charging station infrastructure is going to look like. Right now, New York City is currently installing 120 charging ports across 5 boroughs, and their goal for 2030 is 10,000 charging points, and yet there's 3 million parking spaces on streets, and that's a third of 1% by 2030. I noticed a lot of places have a hard time striping parking spaces, let alone running electrical infrastructure to them. Is this all achievable? And what is the plan for EV charging in urban areas?
Yes, certainly. It is the case that it is a particular challenge in New York City. I agree with you, because parking is a particular challenge in New York City. And as a result, when we think about the solutions that are brought to bear in these urban environments, they may differ, certainly, than those, as an example, the $175 million of federal money we're using for our highways as a great example of the urban pathways. We at NYSERDA have a program, Charge Ready New York, that is really focused on multi-unit dwellings, urban areas and the like, and I could send you those details for sure.
Thank you.
Send us
Appreciate
all
that.
the details. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.